We are recording this morning's session, and I'm going to be putting it on the intranet. I'd like to show you where the Booge documents are located on the new intranet. Since this is a more advanced class, we're going to assume everyone already knows how to log in. So I'm just going to start straight from the admin panel. To find the videos that I'm recording here with the handouts, just click Video Archive from your homepage of your admin panel. Here we have last week's class, the Booge Basic Training. This is the video that I recorded. Here are the handouts. Most of them are PDFs that can be printed. Today, when this class is done, I'll be putting this video right here. And we're going to cover newsletters as one of our topics. The instructions are here. We'll also cover the drip campaigns and the Autopilot Ecards. I've not yet completed those handouts, but as soon as those are completed, they will go here. So hopefully we'll soon have a whole page of videos with handouts to go with them. Can everyone see my screen and hear and everything?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do to start, I'm going to mute everyone, and when I get done discussing the Autopilot eCards, I'll unmute you and see if you have any questions. Any questions to start? Okay. Okay, so I've muted everyone except hopefully myself. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to cover will be the Autopilot eCards. To get to those, it's under Campaigns here on the right. It's this Autopilot eCards, and you would click Select. And the reason you would use these is they're automatic cards that go out on specified dates. So if you have in your contacts, and we're going to assume for this class that everyone has their contacts loaded already. If you don't, you can either get with me or your point person, and we'll discuss how to get those uploaded. To use the birthday cards, you'll need to make sure that each contact you want to send a birthday card to has their birthday in the contact in your CRM. When you activate these birthday cards, they're going to go to every person in your CRM that has a birthday. So you'll have to be sure. And well, you have two options. So let's go through that. So to choose a birthday card, you just select this little pencil here to edit. If you click on this check mark where it says Happy Birthday, it opens to new options. So I'm going to click on option number 3. If it's red, it's selected. I've already completed part of this, so you can click here and enter your subject. This is the subject line that your recipient will see in their email. So the email subject line. The pre-header is the second line underneath the subject that they'll see in their email, but it also shows up as tiny print in the top left corner of the birthday card. Your header 1 is a large header in the center of the card, and then header 2 is a little bit smaller underneath the large header. We'll do a preview and I'll show you what that looks like. Here you can type your content. It's best not to enter in any pictures here, so just pretty much typing content in would be the best way to go. Click preview here, and this is what your card would look like. This is the pre-header text. This is the header 1 text. Let's see. This is the header 2 text. And this is the text box. On your card, you'll have another button here that has View My Website. We have this agent, we have hidden so you can't see hers. If you have your social profiles connected, they'll show up here. If you don't, they won't. If you only have your Facebook profile, that's the only one that will show. Or if you have Facebook and Pinterest, those two will show. Okay, so once you've completed your card, if you select numerous people, they're all going to receive the same card. So you want to make your text generic if you're going to send it to multiple people. So don't put a name, like Happy Birthday, Susan, because then everyone will be called Susan. So you don't want to make it too personal. Click Next Step. Here, this is the number of days prior to their birthday that the card will be emailed to them automatically. If you put 0, thinking that it'll go today, or that it'll go the day of their birthday, that won't work. Entering a 0 there will make the card not go. So right now you have to enter at least a 1, which will send the card the day before their birthday. So we don't currently have the ability to send it on their birthday, but you can choose as many days prior to their birthday as you want to. Then you'll click Next Step. You can choose here to send to all contacts, and by doing that, it'll send to every contact that has a birthday entered in your CRM. And I know that this works because I accidentally did that and got thank you cards from people I didn't even know for the birthday card. So it works very well. If you want to add a contact here, you can do that. You can add a contact's email address. By doing this, the contact has to already be in your CRM. So you couldn't add an email address here of someone who is not in your CRM. You can also click Tag, and you can send it to everyone in your book club. Be sure to select from the drop-down box. And now everyone who has the tag book club in your CRM will receive one. And that would be one person in my CRM. You can also exclude contacts. If you have a birthday card, if you have a birthday listed on someone's contact in your CRM and you don't want to send it to that person, you can click Contact and enter the email address of the person that you want to exclude, or you can add the tag of the people that you want to exclude. When you're done with that, just click Next Step. You can preview again, just to make sure, and then click Save Event. You never have to go back and do anything to that after it's set, unless you want to change the criteria. Like if you did enter book club and now you want to change it to go to everyone, you can do that. But if you're happy with, if you send it to everyone and you're good with that, you can set it that one time and never have to go back and do anything to it again. The other cards work the same way, pretty much. The Valentine's card, you just select that, select your check mark here, and you have more Valentine options. Here you would just fill out your headers the same way in your text. Next step, and it's exactly the same as the birthday card from here on out. Okay. So I'm going to go back here. Sorry. And you can do the same thing with the holidays coming up. We have Thanksgiving cards, winter holiday cards, so they all work exactly the same. I'm going to mute everyone now and see if anyone has any questions. Okay, any questions? Oops, I forgot a couple of people there. Is everything clear, or are there any questions?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can.
Excellent. Good morning. Happy Friday.
Good morning.
Okay, so I'm not quite sure on the birthdays again. If are they set up by month?
No, what triggers it to work is when you enter your contact in your CRM over here
Yes.
under contacts. You can click on the contact.
Okay.
In here somewhere there is a birthday field. Let's see. Right here. You see how they have their birthday here? The calendar pops up and then you can select their birthday. And then you click Save Changes. So then when you start to add a birthday card, you go back to Campaigns, Autopilot Ecards, and when you select who to send that to, it's going to pull in that person. It's going to pull everyone that has a birthday card in their contacts. I mean, for everyone that has their birthday listed in their contacts.
Okay. So it doesn't matter what month it is. It's not by month. It's just that it's listed as a birthday. Okay.
Right. If there's something in that field that if there's a date in that field on that date, they're going to get a birthday card.
Beautiful.
Okay. Any more questions?
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Unsubscribes. The people that have unsubscribed, can we see
Can you what?
how can we tell who the people are that have unsubscribed, and should we take them off? Do you recommend taking them off?
Yes, if they have unsubscribed, they won't receive anything from you again. So the way you would know if they have is to click your agent dashboard. Once you click on agent dashboard, it brings you to campaign. Or you click on this here. You'll see all your stats from the campaigns that you have sent out. You can see the date it was sent, the total number that were sent, who opened them, whose addresses bounced, who unsubscribed, and who clicked on something. So if someone unsubscribes, it would look like this. You could click on the number underneath the unsubscribe column, and it'll bring you to the name and email address of the person and what date they unsubscribed. Does that make sense?
Yeah. One recommendation I would make is sometimes maybe you have a search, and tell me if this is not true. You'll have a search set up for someone, and then they find a house and they don't want to see that search anymore, so they'll unsubscribe. You want to make sure that you take them, cancel that search from right away, because once they unsubscribe, they're gone. You can never contact them again on your CRM, correct?
That's correct. You could contact them by emailing them directly, but you could not send them an e-blast or a card or anything like that, or a newsletter. But you can still email them.
Can they get off of that unsubscribe list somehow?
Well, that's a legal thing. It falls under federal law. So for them to we can resubscribe someone, but we have to have their permission.
Okay, so an email or something from them.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Any other questions about the e-cards, the birthday cards?
Okay, so if they unsubscribe, that means that they're off. We don't have to do anything.
That's correct. You don't have to do anything at all because they won't receive anything again. So even if their property alert is still set up, it's okay because they're not going to be getting it.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Okay, okay, I'm going to mute everyone now and then discuss the drip campaigns. And after we finish with the drip campaigns, I'll unmute everybody again and see if you have any questions. Okay. Let me get rid of a few of these tabs here before we start. Okay, so to do a drip campaign, I'm going to go up here like I just logged in, so it kind of clears it out a little bit. You'll start on your home page as usual, click Campaigns, and then Series. Now, most of you probably know what a drip campaign is. In Booch, they refer to them as series. It's a series of e-cards that you would send out to a smaller number of people than you would send most of your e-blast. In most of the series, you probably have people that you have identified as the people who are most likely to buy a house in the next 6 months or the next year, however you want to define that. And what you want to do is send them a card periodically to, you know, just to make sure you're uppermost in their mind when they get ready to make that decision. They're seeing your card and not one of the competitors' cards. So for that reason, you would send a series. To do that, you click Select and then Add Campaign. Okay, so we want to name our series. I'm just going to name this First Quarter Drip Campaign. Click Next Step. Now, there are really good instructions here for how to do this if you forget, because you're probably not going to set up a lot of these, so you may get a little rusty in how to do it. So always feel free to check out these instructions because they're pretty good. But what you want to do is decide ahead of time how many emails you want in the series. So maybe I'm going to send 1 email per month. You could make that 1 per week, 1 every 2 weeks, whatever you feel comfortable with. But for the number, say I select 3 emails. What I want to do is click this button, add an email, 1 time for every card that I want to send. So when I clicked it the first time, this pops up. That's going to be my first card. When I click it again, my second card is going to pop up, and then I'll click it 1 more time for my third card. If you accidentally click it 4 times like that, that's okay. You just click the trash can and then come up here and click OK, and that'll get rid of it. So here you want to customize your first card. So you're going to edit your template. Also, in this screen, you want to decide how many days apart you're going to send them. So maybe the first one I'm going to send tomorrow. So I'll put day 1. This is 1 day to send this out tomorrow. Maybe I want to send the second card 31 days from now. So I'll enter a 31 there. And if I want to send the third card 61 days. Now keep in mind that I said this was a quarter email, and 61 days does not make a quarter. So when you do this for real, if you were going to do it quarterly, you'd probably want to put different number of days in there. Or do a 4th one, you know. So to customize the first one, click Edit Template. Here you're going to want to put a subject line. So here, now I'm going to explain to you how to do this, but as far as the content, that's really not my area of expertise. So you might, if you need ideas for what to use for your drip campaign, you might consult someone in marketing, and then I'd be happy to work with you and marketing on getting you a design or something, text or content to put in here. So, but just for today's purposes, I'm going to put this is card 1. In this box here, you can add an image. I would suggest that the image not be more than 345 pixels wide. So if you get marketing to make an image for you, just be sure and let them know that the length doesn't matter as much, but it should not be more than 345 pixels wide. And they'll know what you're talking about when you say that. So you can also type text. You have different fonts and different sizes of fonts. So if you just wanted to do a text message, you can type any content you want to here and choose your font sizes and styles. You can highlight, you can change colors. So once you're done customizing your card, you can preview it. Now, of course, I'm not really going to have anything to preview. And if your card, this is not the size of the card. It's just showing this size because there's no text in it. But if you add a picture or you add text, it'll show you a really good representation of what it's going to look like. So you'll want to save that email. Do your second, customize it the same way. And when you get ready to do this, I'm happy to work through it with you. Just give me a call. If you're not at Post Oak or Memorial or something, we can do a go-to meeting just like we're doing right now, and I can see your screen and help you through this. So it's not going to be anything that's intimidating or anything because we're here to help you. So you'll just create your second card, add your content, and click Save Email. You'll do that with the same thing with your third card. Save your email, and then click Next Step. Okay, so here, you're going to want to make sure that you have your contacts in your CRM, and then you can click to send to all contacts. Preferably you won't do that because a drip campaign is not really something that you're going to use to send to everyone. So you may want to add contacts instead. You can add your tag. So maybe you want to send this to your top 100. You could type if you have them tagged in your CRM as top 100 or top 50, or I know some people have theirs labeled Super SOI because those are the top 50 people on their SOI. So however you want to name that tag, you can also do individual contact names. So you could put someone's email address here that added there. You could, literally add just, well, mine already exists, but I don't want to send one to someone else. But you could just add your addresses individually if you wanted to. And that's a possibility since for this you won't send as many. So if you were going to send 10, you might just want to type in their email addresses if that's easier. You can also exclude contacts. So maybe you have 20 people only in your CRM and you wanted to send it to 19. You could exclude contacts here just like we did with the birthday card. Once you're done, click Next Step. And then you want to click, you can save it as a draft and come back later if you want to. Or you make sure you activate the campaign. And once you activate the campaign, you can forget about it. I've tested this out numerous times and it works really well. So once you get it set, you can just set it and forget it. So at this point, I'm going to unmute everyone and see if anyone has questions. Just 1 second. Takes me a minute to get everybody unmuted. Okay. Any questions from anyone?
I mean, your kids don't have to agree to it. You know what I mean? They can come back.
I can hear someone, but I can't tell if they're asking a question.
He can ask for it, but they don't have to agree.
Anybody? Okay. Then I'll go ahead and mute everyone and discuss newsletters. Just 1 second here. Okay. Okay, so most of us have been through newsletters once already, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on there, but I want to go through each step, and then if you have questions, we can go through it again more slowly. So let's click here on campaigns. Click select. The first thing you want to do is add your newsletter subscribers. There are 2 ways to do that. You can actually, if you get ready to upload your contacts into your CRM, you can just tag them newsletter, all one word, newsletter. Don't put any spaces in there, and that will work just fine. But if your contacts are already in, you can click the Add Newsletter Subscriber button. It brings up your contacts, and you just click them. And then you just click Add Contacts to Newsletter. Once you've completed that, just click here on Newsletter. Now, because a number of us did a newsletter this last month, instead of going directly to the Start Your Wizard screen, it's going to bring you to this page. You click the Edit button, and that brings you to Start the Wizard. Once you've done, if this is your first time to do it, you'll go directly to the Start the Wizard page. But if you've been in here before and you've done anything, then you'll always start from the other screen and click the Edit button. So from here, we're just going to start the wizard. If you did a newsletter last month and you like the way it's set up, you don't have to do anything at all. It'll just go out again automatically. But if you want to do something different this month, you can choose a new header just by clicking on the check mark. Scroll down and click Next. Here it's just reminding you, if you add any pictures, they should not be wider than 345 pixels. Click OK. Here you can view the company articles and see what we have for this month. These are still showing last month's articles because we don't have the new ones in yet. We've also requested that they make the articles optional. So hopefully before the newsletter goes out, instead of seeing this particular screen, you'll have a screen that gives you buttons to select the articles that you want and leave the articles that you don't want. If you're good with those articles, you can just click. If you want to add your own article as well, so for right now today, those 2 articles are in there. But if you want to add a new article, you can just click here, Add Article. Add your title. You can type it directly in here, or you can copy and paste from another source. Add your article title, and then type or paste your text here for your article. Then if you want to add another one, you would just repeat the same process by clicking the Add Article button and doing the same thing. Okay, I'm not going to add another one. I'm just going to move forward. If you want to add a property, one of your listings, or if you have a friend that you want to add their listing, that would work fine too. Just click Add Property. I believe you can add an address as well as an MLS number. I'm going to check that and see. Yes, you can. So you can either add the MLS number, or you can add the address. Let me see. I had an MLS number. Okay. Make sure you select your property from the drop-down box. If you add it here and then just click enter, your property is not going to attach to the newsletter. So you do have to select it from this box. This description here can be left as is, or you can customize the description. Then you can choose any of these images that you want to choose. You can only choose one per property. And then click Next. It gives you, I'm going to go back because it gives you the option to choose up to 3 properties. So if you wanted to add another one, you could add it by clicking the Add Property button here and just do the same thing. Now, if the property is, if you sell it before the newsletter goes out or after the newsletter goes out, I'm told that that will fall off the newsletter. So I don't know that. I have not tested that, but they do tell me that it would fall off the newsletter. Here you would click Next. So here you have the option to add one testimonial. In order to add a testimonial, you have to go over to your My Info button, and I'll show you that after we complete the newsletter. But by adding your testimonials there, they populate here. You can only select one for the newsletter, so whichever one is red is the one that will go onto the newsletter. Then you click Next and then Finish. You can come over here and preview the newsletter. This is where your testimonial appears here. These are the company articles. And this is your listing. Now, if you add your own articles instead of, or in addition to the company articles, yours will appear on top, and then the company articles will appear after that. So once you've done that, just click Publish. Now, there's one thing that, that we've learned since we did this last month. What triggers the newsletter to go is not the Publish button. It's whether or not you have contacts that are labeled or tagged as newsletter. So in the event that you want the newsletter to go this month but not next month, but you want to maybe disable it only for next month and then you want it to go the month after that, the way you would disable your newsletter and make sure it doesn't send out, you would come over here to the Tags option, and you would go here where it says Search by Tag Name and search for Newsletter. click the search button. And what I've done here is I've changed the name. You can click here on Actions, and you can change the name of this newsletter tag to, I changed it below there to no newsletter. You can change it to anything. I mean, you can just change it to news. Anything you change it to will keep it from sending. Once you're done, you just click Save. So now you no longer have a newsletter tag. So when it's time to send the newsletter on the 15th of the month, if it doesn't see that tag in there, it's not going to go. So you don't have anything to worry about. The newsletter does go automatically the 15th of every month. And you have up until midnight on the 14th to customize. So feel free to, you can just go back in there and do edit just like we started, and go through the wizard again and change anything. You can add new articles or whatever you want to do. Just be sure that you click publish again when you're done. Okay, I'm going to unmute and see if anyone has questions. Okay.
What's the content for October?
Question.
Advanced content for October?
You can click on, you can go to newsletter and click on it and just preview it. And it'll show you what it's not on there yet.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not on there
It
yet.
seems like it's sending it out like the September news that they got the Renaissance Festival and all that stuff. It seems like it's going out mid-month, something that should have gone out the first of the month.
Any questions, anybody?
Well,
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, on the newsletter, if you have a tag where the N is capitalized for newsletter and then one where the N is not capitalized, is that going to get both of them or only one?
It should get both of them. It's looking for the word itself. But
Okay.
just to be consistent, I would always type it as newsletter like this. But, you know, it will likely pick up variations.
Okay. Thank you.
It won't pick up no newsletter, though.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
October doing. That's what they're doing. October Freak Festival.
Anybody else? Yes,
Beth, can you hear me?
I can.
I just, and you might have mentioned this, but as you recall, I had to call you because I couldn't see the pictures when I selected an MLS, and you said make sure you're using Chrome.
That's
So you
correct.
might want to remind everybody they need to use Chrome when they're doing this.
That's correct. Thank you, Judy, for reminding us. Yes, Booch, for the most part, it works about 95% with Internet Explorer, but it doesn't. There are certain functions that will not work in Internet Explorer. So Chrome is your best option. As far as I know, it will work fine in Firefox as well. Anybody else? That's pretty much the only thing that I have to cover this time. So there's plenty of time for questions if anyone has anything.
Beth, I might have missed it. Mine says that my newsletter was published. So how do we start working on next month's newsletter?
How do you what?
How do we begin working on next month's newsletter if the September one has already been published?
Okay, I was getting a little feedback. Did you say how do you begin working on next month's newsletter?
Yes.
Okay. So you would click on campaigns, then select your newsletter, and then right here you would click edit newsletter.
Oh, okay.
And then it's just letting you know, since I had already published, you'll click continue if you get that. And then just start the wizard and go through it like you did last month.
Okay.
then will the new articles then show up in what we just?
That was the next question.
I'm sorry, I got some feedback again and I didn't get your question.
So when the new articles are ready for next month's newsletter, if we've already been working on that newsletter, will those new articles automatically go into the edited newsletter?
Yes, they will.
Okay.
Yes, that's something that we send to Booj and they add those in there for us. But hopefully this month they'll also have that option to not select them if you don't want to use them.
Okay.
Anything else?
Beth,
Yes?
if we missed the deadline for last week's newsletter, can we activate it and send it out this week?
No, you can't do that on the newsletter, but we do have a newsletter card. If you wanted to send out a newsletter at any other time or to any other people, and you bring up a good point, because let me show you this. Now we do have the Central Texas MLS, so our Seguin and New Braunfels offices are able to send our e-blasts and newsletters as well. We do have an agent here in the office that markets to both Houston and Austin. So since he could not send a newsletter to his Austin customers, he chose to do the newsletter e-card. So that's located here under standalone. Click select there. Add a campaign. I believe it's under e-card. It is. It's under e-card and then newsletter. When you click on this picture, it expands. We don't have a lot of header options here, but there are a few. And then you can customize this. You can add your headers like you would with an e-blast. Type your article title here, and then put your article that you wanted to use. You can type it directly in there or copy and paste. And then you have, you have the option to have 5 articles there. You can also attach properties by choosing here. You have to have a minimum of 2 listings if you want to use this feature, but you can go up to 10. Add your MLS number, and it'll populate your description just like the others. And then when you're done, it works exactly like an e-blast. So that's another option if you wanted to send something different. Does that make sense?
Will it go, Beth, it's me again, will it go to your tags for newsletter?
No, this one would work exactly like the e-blast would work. So when you were done, you would click next step, and then you could go through and choose, like you do the zip code list or your contacts or like that. It would go exactly like a property listing.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
Beth, can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
I think that was Sharon, and I'm going to follow up with that line of thought.
Okay.
I have not populated my CRM yet with my contacts on the top priority list. So what I'm hearing is I need to do that by the 14th of next month in order to participate in the newsletter.
That's correct.
Okay. Is there any, let's just say I have 100 folks in there and that's my sphere, is there any reason why I wouldn't tag everybody with a newsletter? Is there some line of thinking on who should get that and who shouldn't?
No, absolutely not. It's just completely up to you.
Okay.
But the newsletter is like, we do have the 7,500 limit like we do on the e-blast.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Any more questions?
Yeah. Brown. My computer is freezing up on it.
Anybody?
I can't move right now.
Okay. Well, just feel free to call me with any questions. Now, some days I'm at Post Oak and others I'm at Memorial, so it's easier to reach me either by email or on my cell phone. My cell phone number is 713-501-8232, or you could call directly either Post Oak or Memorial and reach me there. Eugene pretty much knows how to do all of this as well, so either one of us could help you. So don't hesitate to ask, because we do want you to use this as much as possible, so we're here to help.
What did you say your phone number is?
713-501-8232 is my cell number. My office number is 713-341-1619.
I go back on social media.
Any more questions? I will have the recording up on the intranet in just a little while, and I'll start working on getting all the handouts to go with this class there. So again, the way you would find that is you would go to where you log in the home. That wasn't it. The home page of the admin panel. Look here under Video Archive. And I'll put today's class right here. The newsletter handout is already there, and then I have to make the others, but last week's class is here with all the handouts for that class. So pretty soon I'm going to start making videos that demonstrate every tiny little thing that we do, and those I'll add to this page as well. And that way, if you have a question, I can even send you the video on how to do things. So maybe that'll help.
Hey, Beth.
Yes?
What's the difference, looking at the left-hand side of the screen, what's the difference between training and then training and user guide and then this video archive that you have up?
Oh, okay. Well, the training there, Booth has done some of their own training videos, but in doing them, some of them are customized for other clients besides us. And so when you're looking at it, it looks different and everything. So we're kind of making our own materials so that it'll be exactly the way we have it set up and it won't cause confusion. But feel free to use those as well until we get ours completely populated. So I would not use them because of that.
Okay, but that training and user guide is specific to Booge, or is it other generic training throughout Heritage?
No, it's specific to Booge.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. They're materials that Booge made.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. But as we've been doing our trainings here, we found that, our agents like things in a particular way, or maybe we have something a little different or made some changes. So that's why we're kind of doing our own too. Plus it has our branding instead of somebody else's.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any more questions? Okay, I'm gonna log off here, and the recording should be up shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for attending today.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So the stone, is that something that is going to spread the thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, manufactured stone is becoming, I guess, pretty popular. And again, it's like it's application. I listened to Kirsten.
It's the technique used, not the material
It's
itself.
actually the, well, and the application. Now, what happens is it's probably